Scanners, 1981, David Cronenberg's nightmare sci-fi horror film production. Greetings, fiends. Today we're looking at filmmaker David Cronenberg's production of his sci-fi horror film, Scanners, from 1981, and how filming the genre classic was a true nightmare of low-budget filmmaking. David Cronenberg Films. David Cronenberg is one of the biggest names in horror movies, and perhaps Canada's greatest filmmaker. His early feature film, Shivers, aka They Came From Within, made waves throughout the horror world in 1975, and from then on, Cronenberg has produced a large number of groundbreaking genre films, including Rabid from 1977, The Brood, released in 1979, Videodrome from 1983, The Dead Zone, also from 1983, The Fly from 1986, Dead Ringers in 1988, Naked Lunch from 1991, Crash, 1996, Existence from 1999, Cosmopolis from 2012, Crimes of the Future from 2022, and his latest foray into science fiction and horror called The Shrouds, scheduled for release in January of 2025. Scanners. Scanners is one of Cronenberg's earliest genre films, released in 1981, starring Jennifer O'Neill, Stephen Lack, Patrick McGoohan, and Michael Ironside. The story concerns a scientist, played by Patrick McGoohan, who trains a man, Stephen Lack, with an advanced telepathic ability called scanning to stop a dangerous scanner, portrayed by Michael Ironside, with extraordinary psychic powers from waging war against non-scanners.
I would like to scan all of you in this room, one at a time.
The film was a huge success, spawning at least 2 more sequels, neither of which Cronenberg was involved with. But first, a little ad for my own film, First Man on Mars, now available on Blu-ray. The countdown to terror has begun.
The signal's getting stronger now. It won't be long.
Come quick! The monster done ate my pappy!
Do you really think this was a bear, Doc?
Highly unlikely.
First Man on Mars. Once he was human.
There's something shiny in the rock. This is really starting to sting.
Now a bloodthirsty monster, killing and devouring the young, and not so innocent.
Let's take a look at this, huh?
I'm gonna blast the thing back to hell.
Oh, shit.
First Man on Mars.
You mean there's aliens out here? Shit, I don't want to get abducted and anal.
This film is not rated. Scanners production nightmares. David Cronenberg once called Scanners the most frustrating film he'd ever made. The film was rushed through production. Filming had to begin without a finished script and end within roughly 2 months, so the financing would qualify as a tax write-off according to Canadian film financing rules, forcing Cronenberg to write and shoot at the same time. It was necessary to begin shooting with only 2 weeks of pre-production work, before the screenplay had ever been completed. On set, Cronenberg would write the script between 4 a.m. and 7 a.m. each morning throughout shooting. since the production design team had no time to build sets. In some instances, the crew had to drive around looking for things to shoot. As a result, Cronenberg has said, Scanners was a nightmare to make. Cronenberg also cited difficulty with and antagonism between the leads, particularly Patrick McGoohan and Jennifer O'Neill. In an interview with Film Comment magazine, actor Stephen Lack recalled feeling under the gun during one of his first scenes on set. Quote, "There we were, the first day of Scanners, and they had me get into this 18-wheel truck with 4 gear shift levers and have me drive into the shot. It was horrifying. I never drove such a thing and I was pretty disoriented," he explained. "We were set up on a feeder road to the highway, and all the camera crew and staff were there. And some car on the highway slowed down to gawk, and a truck on the highway rammed them from behind. There was a death and sirens, and the whole crew jumped over the storm fence to help out. I was given a slight reprieve of an hour to figure out the gears." Unquote. Scanners in pop culture. The film Scanners has been referenced in pop culture for decades. In the great 1970s-80s comedy series SCTV, Second City Television, also from Canada, there was a recurring sketch titled Farm Film Report, in which Big Jim McBob, portrayed by Joe Flaherty, and Billy Saul Hurrock, portrayed by John Candy, satirized conventional film review programs using a redneck slant. Consistently, their favorite film was Scanners, with all other films compared to it and found wanting. The sketch routinely closed with the salute to the audience,
"May the good Lord take a liking to you and blow you up real soon."
Other references include Saturday Night Live, Wayne's World, Tommy Boy, Weird Al Yankovic, and Family Guy, to name a few. I hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, please like and subscribe. Thank you.